Hello and welcome to Live at the Hive, our very first live stream event featuring the Seatopians and the Phets. The Boise Hive is a non-profit music resource center featuring practice rooms for rent, live shows, workshops, and affordable recording services. We also offer mental health programs, groups, and resources for musicians and veterans. For more information, please go to www.boisehive.org. And now, without further ado, let's go live at the Hive.
How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah! My name is Kevin McDonald, and welcome to the very first live streaming at the Boise Hive. We're live at the Hive! Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Phets!
You peel that lipstick mark off your face. You put on with the rest of the mistakes another failed attempt. Your chains are heat seeking. You're too quick to leave her. Hush now, the lights are fading. Looks like she's got another show for you. It seems she's noticed that you turn detective, and seems her motive is far from entertaining you. It's deja vu. Quick cut to another scene. This time to the set, saying what she sees. Another excuse, the boss by juice to give her the free pass. Get busy by two. Just wait, the best part of the show is yet to start. But I'm guessing you already knew that. Deja vu. When they get through that, they get yours. And seems she's had you coaxed into being blind, and in that moment you chose to begin the cycle anew. Down you go, rabbit hole. 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 'Cause it's deja vu. Deja vu, it tucks into obscenity. Deja vu, get the feeling you're going crazy. Deja vu, keep on thinking deja vu. Deja vu, now you're finally gotta see it. Deja vu, deja vu, deja vu. Deja vu. from the descent. Captivated by your ability to move on. You shot me with your finger gun. Each woolly made for the years we spent, engraved years wasted, reflection. Twisted reflection. My memories are painted on the ceiling. I try to wash them out from my imagination. Responsibility is mine. I'm telling you, surely soon me in my time. It's the age of misinformation. Do you crave the next sensation? Then take a look at what you like. Oh, have whatever he's having. Doesn't matter what he was about. Everyone will have whatever he's having. And I'll show you how you could be him. Wait! Wait your turn. You'll see it isn't what it seems. Just wake me up. 'Cause I'd prefer not to play dress up with the truth. But here we are. Back to and look us in the eye. There's no compass in this illusion. Take a seat, stay a while, just don't look beyond the curtain. Play along, do your part, everybody's watching. In the age of misinformation. Wait! It's your turn, you see, it isn't what it seems. But here we are, the tide prepared, not too late. Dress up with the team, but here we are. Play your game, or play roulette. Take a chance and see who's next. Alternate between the facts. You pretend you just won't know. All you need is a smile, a pretty face, and they'll go wild. Surrender, they will too. Be their truth, gotta be their light. 'Cause all you need is a smile, a pretty face, and they'll go wild. Like a sweet, treat you nice, but soon enough it's not. Thank you.
This next one is Raincoat. We don't play this very often.
Midnight calls your name. It could not forget those daydreams. Recollect that puzzling sense. Watch out, darling. Stay inside and don't get wet. But if you go, you'll need your raincoat. For it'll rain jealousy. Go on without me. And even though our battle ships won't find no more, just keep on fighting. I'll meet you there. The walls are rats and it's so unfair. And take your steps into the sea and let the ocean wash those memories. But don't forget your rain check. I'll be waiting for you. Innocent intensity is only acquired through a tarnished glass. Trusty tune will grab onto you. Please ignore him. He'll take you for a spin on his electric boats around the record player. You spin right round and dizzy, baby, you'll fall again for me. And even though our battleships won't fight no more, just keep on fighting, I'll meet you there. The walls are rattling, it's so unfair. And take your steps into the sea and let the ocean wash those memories. But don't forget your rain check, I'll be waiting for you. But don't forget your raincoat, 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 raincoat. Babe, don't forget your raincoat, 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 raincoat. But please forget your rain check. You don't need me anymore. Thank you. Can I have everybody come closer? You're so far away. It makes me feel lonely up here. I mean, I've got two other dudes, but I need more. Come on. Last night I forgot how to breathe, and here I am, stuck in your arms once again. A comfort and light, 'cause I'm still lost, and my hands might be full, but the plate seat next to me will still be empty. I'm a fool, but still trying to find. I'm jumping out from plane to plane. Haven't realized that there's really no point. An empty love is vanished down, and hopes that the cracks will finally seal. And my hands might be full, but the plate seat next to me will still be empty. I'm a fool, but still trying to find. The pressure's on to find the one, a different face from place to place. Keep moving on to someone new. They never seem to like the views. Babe, I'm a fool. trying to force a love, babe, to force a love, babe, to force a love, babe, babe, to force a love. 'Cause I'm a fool, babe, I'm a fool. Scope me high like, do me like cream, leave it long, but the night shouldn't feel the day. I think it's short time, with the wrecking ball eyes, bear me and this and bring me suffocate me. I wanna taste the capture in your lips, sink its clouds deep into my chest, pull and twist, level my head with your knees, just let me be yours. Now I said I'd be out, you just asked for bail. I've grown out of you. Why should we be friends or make or bad? Well, I've grown out of you. It's you us, you're back again. I've grown out of you. You're intoxicated with will never last. So I've grown out of you. Write your name on the back of my hand, making know that I would not explore any other land. Paralyze me, make it was few words around my head, was made up, taking your line, stop a little trouble, would rebuild me to the point that the fits in need. Introduce me, let me be a body of political machine. I wanna drown deep into your lips. I'm a fool, I'm addicted to your electric touch. So give me a chance. Now I said I'd be out, you just asked for bail. I've grown out of you. Why should we be friends or make or bad? Well, I've grown out of you. It's you us, you're back again. I've grown out of you. You're intoxicated with will never last.
You!
I want to see everybody moving during this song because it's gonna get a little crazy. Child grabbed his hand and led him through a hall of diamonds. And as the night proceeded, the stillness slowly started to swell. But meanwhile, the moon looked downward and bellowed a longful pain of 1,000 lovers, a beauty I cannot hold. Oh, has blessed me with the skies that she's come to adore. The two danced, creatures of the night began to awake, and their sound echoed through the atmosphere like the cry of a newborn baby. Contact with her just for 1 second makes you believe in eternity. And I'ma show you what it's like to have a dance with a woman of the night. I'ma show you. I'ma show you.
She drives me crazy. She drives me crazy. She's got me in a grasp. She's got me in a grasp. Oh, then you got me crazy. You got me Oh, baby. I want you all to stay down. And when the chorus comes, I want it to go crazy, alright? Alright? I can't hear you. I said alright? There we go. She's got me crazy. And the star gazed upon the dew and giggled like little children. For they knew something that they didn't. One simple little fact. Many belong to her, but she belongs
Wear me round like one of those shadow angel look straight out of the movie scene. Take me by the hand, no need for a talisman. I'll be your idol. There's no need for trying to stop drowning in denial. Just look at you, see I'm guilty of regicide. Don't be impressed by the weightless walls, teach your admiration, lonely exiles there. No machine could function the way I do. I'm the only matter. You decide if you want this golden ticket. One ride to a brave new world. Show me how the witch and now won't get its name if you're black magic and a tree. Wear me round like one of those shadow angels straight out of the movie scene. Take me by the hand, no need for a talisman. I'll be your idol. There's no need for trying to stop drowning in denial. Just look and you'll see I'm guilty of regicide. Stack my drink with something new. Look around, masquerade for two. Show me how to disappear. Invite me behind the scenes of your imaginary. On repeat, it's a tragedy that we've been parallel for so long. How are we doing on time, everybody? How are we doing on time? 7:48, all right. Well, this one, I guess, will be your last one. And this one's coming out soon. March 17th. St. Patrick's Day, to be exact. That one's here. She's not very fine. Put myself down to the car, and as time passes by, she trickles away. The sunlight is harsh, you're too late. Suggest this is fate, accelerate. The side mirrors turns, the closer than they appear. As I approach, the suitcase unveils to me. And just hold on. But if a second is all you have, that's all I really need. Could I convince you not to go? Or is forgiveness too much? You crave perfection. I was lost in translation. You're a shadow of what I loved. I'm tired of you begging you to stay. Just let me go. If not for my sake, then yes, I wanna take control. But what? Don't take this away from me. You've taken enough from me. I never satisfied your needs. What makes you think that I could ever know? But if a second is all you have, that's all I really need. Could I convince you not to go? Or is forgiveness too much to ask? 'Cause my reflection is all I have. I can't do this on my own. I'm begging for a second chance. So help me up off my knees. I'll tell you something you've never been told. I don't love you anymore. And if it can't get to your next goal, well, just fuck off and leave me alone. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. This is a wonderful event. And thank you to the Hive and Jason and everybody involved with it. Have a good night.
Hello and welcome to the very first Live at the Hive interview. My name's Kevin McDonald and sitting here with me today are the Phets. To my immediate right we have Thomas Salazar. In the middle we have Cameron Elgart. And off to the very far end of the couch here we have our very own Hayden McCandless.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Cool, guys. It's a pleasure to meet you today.
Nice.
Awesome having you.
Thank you for having
Pleasure,
me.
wonderful, guys. So we lined up a series of questions for you today, just kind of wondering, who you guys are, what the Phets are about. So I guess the question on everybody's mind is, who are the Phets? Where did you guys get your name, more than anything?
Well, so we got our name from, it was actually an experience I had. I was at, like this holiday party my parents were having, and I guess it was a little bit more like edgy than usual. And this, they had my mom worked for a company that worked with a lot of refugees or people from just other countries. And this guy who only spoke French came up to me and just kept saying, "Fet, fet, fet, fet." I think he may have been a little intoxicated.
I'm sure you got a little fet up with it for a while as well, huh?
Yeah. But that word just stuck with me, and we had just been jamming at the time, so I thought we'd bring it up for a band name. I haven't looked it up though. I don't know what it means.
Well, that's a really great way to get a name put together. You know, once you hear something stick, just go with it. And I think that's awesome. So, going back to your jam sessions and coming together, how did you all meet? Was it through school or through any sort of social circles?
Yeah, so we all went to high school together. I mean, we're all a year apart. Hayden's 17, I'm 18, he's 19, so we're both graduated from high school. But I guess really the inception of the Phets is when Hayden and I started jamming together, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. We just played acoustic guitars and playing cover songs, and eventually we involved our buddy Paris. He had a drum set and a place to jam, and then we were gracious enough to come across Thomas. He was singing with his guitar in the hallways, and it was far out, and we got him to come jam with us, so that's what happened.
Well, that's incredible. So, Thomas, you play the guitar, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
What about you, Cameron? Are you a bassist, drummer?
I'm the drummer, and
Oh,
he's the bassist.
Oh, that's very cool. A nice 3-piece band going on.
Yeah.
Instant success, definitely. I've definitely heard your style. Really awesome alternative rock, lots of fun. What inspires you to kind of get into that mindset and, you know, play the music? Do you have a lot of influences through other alt bands, or, you know, what is it that brings it out in you?
So at the beginning, I primarily did a lot of the writing and a lot of the lyric work, and I take huge inspiration from Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys. So anytime we write music, I'm always comparing, not just to the Arctic Monkeys, but kind of through that process, I'm kind of like, okay, I like this song, what is this sound, how are they making the sound happen, why am I feeling this way, and then try to emulate, steal, take whatever I want and make it into the Phets music, you know. And so it's a lot of Arctic Monkeys, but then there's like Queen, Led Zeppelin, all sorts of other influences from like the 70s, and of course the Strokes, other bands like that. So yeah.
Well, that's way cool. I definitely love Alex Turner, one of my favorite musicians as well. If you haven't heard them, Arctic Monkeys, great bands. Obviously, Zeppelin, the Strokes, fantastic as well. You kind of partially answered my next question by saying that you take a lot of influence and work into the writing. Are you strictly the writer for the Phets, or do you guys collaborate?
No, I'm not strictly the writer. Usually kind of how it works is like those two will come up with an idea, and then I kind of make the story. Like I kind of have the visionary kind of role in a sense, and I write the lyrics. I write all the lyrics, and so that's where kind of the story comes into. But then I come to them, okay, like what ideas do we have for this? And then of course they put their input. And you know, some parts of songs have just been completely them, and then you know, kind of refining that and making it into, you know, a Phets song. And so it's a lot of collaborative work. But I would say I'm kind of like the visionary is what makes more sense. Just kind of like where it's the direction it's heading. But those two, I wouldn't be able to write the songs without them, you know, like it's like an interdependent relationship.
Absolutely. Always a team effort, especially with music. You know, can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
That's great. And I feel like you're reading my mind a lot in a lot of these questions, because the next one up was, when you guys get together, what is your creative process altogether? And I feel like you touched on a lot of points. You know, someone comes with an idea, you write it down. Are there any times when, say, Cameron, you come up with a nice rhythm on the drums? Does that go into the creative process as well?
Well, what I'd say is we're a pretty lyrical band, and we like really developing the story and making the words feel, you know, and resound throughout the audience. So we write from like the basis of an idea or a story or characters or something, and really take that lens and put it over every aspect of the song. And I like to think of it as like, sure, I mean, Thomas, you write the lyrics and you play guitar, he plays the bass, but like we all have an equal say. It's very democratic in how we write.
Yeah.
And how if we don't like something, it's vocalized and everyone knows that we don't like it, and we work through it. Like one thing about the Phets creative process and our songs in general is they're compromised. Like we are all putting everything that we want into it, and it makes it really easy to want to play these songs because we all love them equally.
Well, that's a beautiful answer. I appreciate that. Definitely.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can get those high fives in there, gentlemen. That's absolutely wonderful. And you know, I feel like a lot of that shows in your EP itself. It's so synchronistic and serendipitous the way you guys work with each other. So, what was that like when you were making the EP Dark Again? And where did you record your EP, if you don't mind my asking?
About 2 blocks away, right?
Yeah.
We recorded it at the Tonic Room with Jason Ringelstetter.
Yeah.
Did you guys have fun? Was Jason Ringelstetter a good person to be working with?
Absolutely, yeah. He was a wonderful engineer. A lot of the process for recording the EP was kind of a different mindset that we had back then than we do now, because it was our first kind of project. We were like, we got to make this as perfect and as polished as possible.
Absolutely.
You know, and so we recorded everything to mix except I think one song, which was "Save Me."
Yeah.
One of my favorites, by the way.
Thank you.
Absolutely great song.
Then after that, it was kind of a matter of kind of experimenting with different layers. Like, okay, what other things do we want to put in? Do we want to put a shaker, tambourine? Because you know, there has to be a lot more texture, and just being able to record in a studio, you can include a lot more texture than you can with just 3 people playing instruments. I can only do so much. He can only do so much.
Absolutely. Well, unless you have a giant drum on your back and some cymbals on your feet, and you're stomping around playing the violin at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And so.
Well, that's really awesome. You know, being in a recording studio is a whole other beast, and the way you guys pulled it off is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you.
Speaking of getting into a recording studio, or even starting your musical career performing live, obviously as a 17, 18, and 19-year-old young men, you've really just started blowing up yourselves. Do you have any advice for any up-and-coming bands that are looking to get a show or a gig that are actually looking for avenues in order to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we're really lucky that we got our start here at the Hive, and we were jamming here because it's a great space and it's a great place for musicians to collaborate and polish. He came up to us and was like, "You guys should play a show," and we were so ecstatic. And from there, it really just kind of took off, and we took every opportunity we could. And we still are. We're really haven't changed all that much since that day. We're just kind of the same mentality since day one.
Yeah, it's just a matter of really finding. Just go to shows, meet people, talk to people.
Yeah.
Connections is the #1 thing that will get you anywhere. That is for any job, any career. Knowing people is gonna do you a favor, because a lot of the gigs that we have gotten is just because we've gone to shows and we started talking to people and made friends with people, and that's what's so wonderful about being a musician too, is that we've just made so many friends along the way and met so many creative and interesting people. So it's just get out there, you never know who's gonna be there, and just play every show like it's your last.
I think that's great advice. Be absolutely you is an incredibly important thing, not only in daily life, but when you're being passionate about what you love. So you guys are just nailing all these questions, but we're going to switch it up right now because we got a speed round coming your way. So we're going to go from Tom all the way over to Cameron, all the way to Hayden. Oh, he's ready. So we're going to switch it up again. Hayden, what is your favorite album of all time?
My favorite album of all time is Royal Blood by Royal Blood.
All right, I love that record. Ooh, Cameron, you're up, buddy.
I'd probably go with Absolutely Live by The Doors or Led Zeppelin 2.
Ooh, good choice, good choice.
Either there's gonna be 3, and so I'm messing up this question. Favorite Worst Nightmare, Tranquility Base, or Humbug? It depends on my mood.
Oh, that's fantastic.
By who?
By the Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys.
It's the Arctic Monkeys for our American listeners.
One way or another, great Alex impression. Just loved it. You guys are just so awesome and have such an energy about you, whether you're performing in the studio or even in an interview like this. Aside from what I'm telling you, what's the kind of response you get from friends and family, or just, you know, someone coming in to check you guys out for the first time? And how does that make you feel?
How does that make you feel, Thomas?
Well, let me get my clipboard ready for this one. Go on as well.
So, you know, in the beginning, you know, of course, it was like, wow, like, that was such a good job, you know, whatever, cool. But as we've progressed in our stage performance and as we've progressed with our presence and just our music, it's becoming more of kind of like, oh, like that was like a real professional show that a lot of people paid to go. Like I had my mom's friend, she was my old boss, but she came, she compared us to Pearl Jam. Like I was like, okay.
That's where Pearl Jam.
But she was like, but mind you, she said, this is almost better than Pearl Jam.
We are in no way better than Pearl Jam.
I'm good to just be defined like that. You're almost as good as Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways, but what we really want to come across is like, we want to go further and we want to grow bigger, and you know, every time we get up on stage, we treat it like it's the biggest show we're playing ever, because it's like, if there's 2 people or 5,000 people, we're gonna blow every single one of their minds. So there's no point in treating it differently. And so every time we perform, we want to wow people, and you know, and so far we've been successful at that. So
Luckily.
You guys definitely have all of my wows for sure. So one more question before we wrap this all up. Just want to know if there's anything you'd like to say to the viewers at home that are checking out Live at the Hive interviews for the first time. Looks like we're not the only drummer around here. Let's give it up for Cameron.
March 17th, we invite
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
Have a great
St.
time.
Patrick's Day. We're happy to announce that we're releasing our next single, Acceleration, that we recorded with Jason at the Tonic Room, with the music video.
it'll be all coming out March 17th, baby. Look forward to it.
Fantastic, gentlemen. Well, you heard it here live at the Hive with the Phets. My name's Kevin McDonald. Let's give it up for Thomas, Cameron, and Hayden. Guys, thank you so much for your time.
Job.
Well done. Handshakes all
Kevin.
around.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, guys.
I like
All
I
right.
like clapping for us.
Stay tuned. Good
Thank
job,
you so
gentlemen.
much.
Yeah,
I went very smoothly. You are a wonderful interview.
My name is Ann Padilla. I'm a board member at the Boise Hive and the mental health coordinator there as well. A big part of our population is at risk. Men, in particular, are at a higher risk from 20 to 70 years old, are at a higher risk of actually completing suicide. Things you might not know about the Hive is that the whole agency was started for musicians who were underinsured, not only underinsured, but had no resources to go to. And so it was people that came together that were noticing suicide in their community amongst musicians. And that's why the Boise Hive was started. We want to take on this issue of the mental health stigma and people reaching out. We find that people who reach out for their mental health are actually stronger for doing so. But that is not necessarily how our culture sees it. We still have that age-old idea that people have to do this alone and have to be in this by themselves. Whereas we see it as a community problem, and that we actually need to go out in the community and ask the question to folks and then know what to do. We recently didn't have the hotline until 5 or so years ago as well. We were one of the last states to get the suicide hotline. One of the big missions of the Hive is then our mental health program, and we've been lucky to have mental health professionals in the community donate their time, their one-on-one pro bono time, and it's been amazing. In fact, for all the community to come together in this is what it takes. I know a lot of people who would say counseling is a good idea, but it would never work for me. And we want to treat mental health counseling like we would physical health. In this way, I think we need to be open to all kinds of ways to approaching mental health. If we didn't have our volunteers, our volunteer staff, our volunteer counselors, this agency wouldn't be around. The exciting news for the mental health program this year has been that we've gotten our first collaboration with BSU, and I now have a student under me named Bardo Martinez, and Bardo is a BSW student, and he is doing his intern here this year.
My name is Bardo Martinez. I'm an intern here at the Hive. I am helping Ann to develop the mental health / social work side of the Hive. And currently we have decided to have open hours Fridays from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And the goal here is to kind of assess what kind of services or resources our guests would benefit from. So that would really help us in figuring out what direction we should go in or how to improve in general.
You can get in touch with us at boisehive.org. You can request counseling there, and you can always drop by and see us at 3907 Custer Drive, right behind Rocky's Diner.
Seatopians, let's go!
In the first part of 1971, on a small island near the Aleutians, the second underground nuclear test took place. This is what happened.
That's right. It's a country below the surface of the sea. It was engulfed in an earthquake millions of years ago, and most of its people survived. They managed to create their own oxygen supply, and later were able to construct their own sun.
So the legend's true?
We're a very advanced people. Our scientists are much superior to yours.
we are from Seatopia, which is 50 kilometers under the sea floor. But just like everyone else in the country, we are moved to Boise! The city of trees.
It will be dark soon. There is no way out of here.
was dedicated to the management here at the Hive. We're very grateful to be here. Big thanks to the Hive. Big thanks to all of you. Big thanks to government grants.
And on that, yeah, we're going to slow it down.
That recording was made by Krell musicians 500,000 years ago.
people, today, Seatopia goes to war. After 3 million years of peace, we finally have to fight. We don't want to, but the people of Earth leave us no choice. With their nuclear test, they have already destroyed a third of our country. No more. Seatopia will strike back.
we got one more. It's a quick one. It is. Enjoy. It's also.
This one is called.
It's called.
Mellows the hands of fate. 1, 2, 3, 4.
God of primal darkness, as thou
Ladies and
hast
gentlemen,
decreed,
let's give
so
it up
have
for
I
the
done.
Seatopians! All
And the
right!
fate hath doomed this man.
You know, guys, we are so
Thy
thankful to have you all
will
here.
is
Everyone at
done.
home listening, we are so happy that you were here with us live at the Hive. Stay tuned. 2 weeks from now, February 15th, we're doing it all over again. Thank you and good night. Woo!
Thank you.